Hello everyone, my name is Lummi, and today we are going to go through your Stardew Valley hot takes. I asked my Discord server to give me their best hot takes, Stardew Valley edition, and we are going to go through all of them. Most of them, to see how valid they are. Will they be Lummi approved, or will I absolutely demolish their opinion? You're just gonna have to watch to find out. Also, just keep in mind that these are opinions, whether it be my opinion or the opinion of the person who sent in their hot take. So please don't get angry. This first hot take comes in from my moderator, random_spaceb, and she claims that you don't need to achieve perfection to be a good Stardew Valley player, which I think is very true. I feel like a lot of people prioritize perfection because that's their prerogative and they can do whatever they want. And also sometimes we see those who have achieved perfection on a very regular basis as pros or just great Stardew Valley players in general. And I'm here to say that perfection takes a long time. I think I am a great Stardew Valley player and I've only achieved perfection once. I know a lot about Stardew. I hope I know a lot about Stardew because I claim to got you all. And me personally, like I said, only achieved perfection once. The only thing that reaching perfection proves is that you have a lot of time on your hands, that maybe you might need to touch some grass. I'm kidding, but it also proves that you are very organized, you have tons of motivation, and you're good at not stressing yourself out. There are also like a ton of people like myself that are serial farm restarters. I have like 40 million save files where I have completed the community center, reached Ginger Island, finished most of that, but did not achieve perfection. I'm telling you, it's exhausting. It takes a lot of time. I don't have the mental load for it. My brain hurts. It doesn't work. I'm just a girl. Also, is there really good Stardew Valley players? You can play the game however the hell you want to play. So in reality, what is a good Stardew Valley player? Are we good Stardew Valley players? Or are we just players? I don't know what I'm saying. All I know is that random_spaceb, your hot take is Lummi approved. Now this next one comes from Casually Comf, aka OJ, and he says that the underwear shouldn't give us 0 friendship as it does in the luau's do. That ain't washed, and it should give negative friendship points. So he's referring to Mayor Lewis's undies. And actually, I have to say that I did not know this, that putting Mayor Lewis's underwear in the soup doesn't give you any friendship. I genuinely thought that it gave negative points. So yeah, OJ, I think you're completely right. The fact that putting dirty underwear, Mayor Lewis's dirty underwear from Marnie's home, or in the 1.6 update, from Lewis's basement, his weird, strange basement with a garbage can and a computer, putting that in the soup does nothing for you? Not that it should give you anything. It should definitely take away friendship points. And I think that this scenario is a little bit different than something like the Grange display at the Stardew Valley Fair, because Mayor Lewis is the judge and he's like, why the hell did you put my underwear in your Grange display for the entire town to see? So only Mayor Lewis is affected by that. But at the luau, everyone is drinking the underwear soup. Everybody. And Mayor Lewis is like, oh, the governor, he's so important. Make sure you impress him with some good soup. And then you just put his underwear in there like it's no big deal. At the very least, I think it should give negative friendship points for Lewis. So OJ, your hot take is Lummi approved. Our next one comes from another one of my moderators, Shroomy, and he says, scalding hot take. Morris is a good character. If you're not in my Discord server, you should join. First of all. Number 2, you may not know Shroomy. Shroomy is in love with Morris. Shroomy doesn't just think that Morris is a good character. Shroomy is attracted to Morris. I vividly remember I was playing Stardew Valley Expanded and it was Morris's birthday. So I just gave him something random and he ended up hating it. He said, what a despicable gift. Get this away from me. And Shroomy blew up my DMs. You are disgusting, vile. You do not deserve your platform. I hope TikTok bans you. Now, to Shroomy's claim that Morris is a good character, I have to say, it's kind of hard. Now, what do we know about Morris? Morris is a capitalist pig who wants to overtake the valley with his Joja corporation. He wants to dismantle the community center and turn it into a Joja warehouse. He wants to take down Pierre and steal all of his customers, ruining the small town valley country feel of Pelican Town. So the question is capitalism good? Is Pierre a good character? Because we kind of have this thing, Pierre versus Morris, Pierre versus Morris. Even at the end, if you complete the community center, instead of going the Joja route, Morris and Pierre have a little scuffle, and Pierre sends Morris to the heavens. So in order to call Morris a good character or a bad character, I feel like we have to evaluate Pierre himself. Pierre's a little weirdo. I gotta say it, Pierre's a little weirdo. He has a secret stash in his room. We don't know what it is, it's just a secret stash. And even though Pierre's General Goods is kind of like a mom and pop kind of store, he's still contributing to capitalism. And he is within competition with the Joja Corp, with Morris himself. I think that Concerned Ape posed Morris as an evil character, especially since if you choose the community, he gets knocked into heaven. So inherently, Morris is a bad character. Come on, Sherway. You just want him for whatever reason. So I still think Lummi disapprove. Morris is not a damn good character. Let's just face the facts. Our next hot take comes from Yuri, and this one seems targeted. Hot take. Haley isn't the best. Now, how are you gonna come into my Discord server, into Lummi's crew, and tell me that my baby girl Haley is not the best character? False. Wrong. Haley is the best character. I love Haley. You all know I love Haley. I think I make it pretty damn clear. Maybe a little too clear. I think that she has a really great story arc and transformation, and I think that is worth talking about. Her heart events are elite. They're all so good. Riding cows, taking Polaroid pictures, playing in the mud. It's all fun. And I mean, look at her. If we're talking realistically, I think there are a lot of great characters that also share the same kind of thing as Haley. They have great character arcs, they have great stories and heart events and yada yada yada. But personally, Haley's my favorite. So Yuri, your hot take is not Lummi approved. Moving on. The next hot take comes from Toast Arrow, and he says that the Mayor Lewis hate is forced. And I have to say that I may or may not partake in this Mayor Lewis hate. I think that there are a lot of characters that people like to hop on the bandwagon about. And I may or may not be guilty of this. For example, Clint. Everybody hates Clint. I think there's good reason to hate Clint. He's a little bit of a creepy man. Pierre, not a lot of people like Pierre. And one great example is Mayor Lewis. And much like the other kind of hated characters, I think that there is very good reason to dislike Mayor Lewis. Now, if you say that the Mayor Lewis hate is forced, I kind of have to agree with that because like I said, it's very, very easy to jump on the bandwagon of hated characters to kind of follow the community opinion. But sometimes you're following the community opinion because the community opinion is correct. Does it make sense to you guys? Tell me, look me dead in the eyes. Does it make sense to you guys that Mayor Lewis needs to hide his relationship with Marnie? Why? Would it really damage his mayoral? Is that a word? Mayoral relationship with the entire town? That's what he says in that cutscene with him and Marnie, that the town can't find out about this. He's not a priest, right? Priests can't date people. He's just gaslighting Marnie. Him and Marnie are in a situationship. Are we serious? Now me and Marnie, we the same girl. Can't elaborate further on that, but I feel her. And Marnie deserves to be shown off. So I think that Mayor Lewis is a little dirty pig, and he leaves his underwear everywhere. Everywhere. But I think I have to agree with the fact that the hate is kind of forced because, like I said, people jump on that bandwagon. And if there's an opinion that is shared generally by everyone within the community, you don't want to go against that, even if there is a genuinely good reason to not like a character. So I guess Toast, you get a lukewarm approval for that. This next hot take comes from Trian, shout out Trian, and he says that cooking should be more rewarding. Right now it's super simple but super boring. I feel like there should be recipes that you could find, like secret notes while in the mines, skull caverns, or other parts of the game. There should also be a system / minigame that would be optional to get higher quality foods. And this is such a good idea, Trian. I fully agree that cooking is really, really boring, and it kind of feels unimportant to all of the other aspects in the game. I feel like the only thing that people actually use cooking for is for perfection, because you need to cook all of the recipes. For energy and other stuff like that, I don't really cook too much. I just use cheese. And any other food that I eat, I kind of just get through other means. For example, I get my spicy eels from the desert. So the only cooking items that I actually eat are cheese, eggs, coffee, spicy eels, and magic rock candy. I don't really use anything else. So I don't feel the need to cook unless I am gunning for perfection. I also think that the mini game for cooking would be so much fun. I think it would just be really cool to see an actual dedicated cooking skill. I think it's okay for it to kind of be like a side thing, but at the same time, if it's grounds for perfection, I feel like it should have a little bit more into it, you know? So Trianne, absolutely, like, yes, Lummi approved. That's such a good idea. So these next few hot takes, I'm gonna kind of combine so I can make a general point about all of them, because I think that they're kind of related. So Alex says that Leah should still use her cottage after marriage. Paddock says that the only way most of the characters are interesting are with mods that add dialogue. And this is kind of the main one. Ree says that I hate marrying my favorite characters because characters lose all of their passion and ambition after marriage. And honestly, I have to agree. This point is specifically gonna be about marriage candidates, more so like Ree's point. After marriage, they don't really do anything. I know that the farmer is a high roller and we making a lot of money, so our spouses don't need to do anything. But the marriage candidates kind of just give up what they were doing originally. I think bachelors like Harvey will still go and work because his job is essential. And the only time that they kind of engage in their hobbies is every so often. They're at the top right corner of your farm, just chilling, doing their little hobby, but it's very few and far between. So before marrying them, you can find them around the valley doing their thing. For example, Haley, you can find her taking her little pictures. Sam, you can find him on his skateboard. But when you marry them, they're kind of stuck doing nothing for the most part. In the house, right in front of the house, sometimes doing their hobby in the corner of the house. I genuinely think that their normal schedules should still kind of be intact. I guess the point is so you can kind of keep track of them, and they are your spouse, so you want to be able to find them easily, but you still want them to be who they are instead of just chilling on your farm doing nothing. But I'm gonna have to agree with this one. Lummi approved 100%. This next hot take comes from Demi, and Demi says that Stardew would have double sales if you can marry Robin. I think it's a canon event for first-time Stardew gamers to see Robin in all of her glory at the beginning of the game and to be like, that is the one I want. That is the one I need. And then you find out that she's married. There are mods and stuff like that give you rights to marry Robin. But I disagree that it would double its sales. But I do agree that we should be able to marry Robin. Get rid of Demetrius. Go away. Go marry someone else, Demetrius, please. Now these next ones kind of follow the romanceable trend that we've got going on. Rory says that Sandy should be romanceable and that Caroline and Robin are mid, which is crazy. I don't think the hot take is that Sandy should be romanceable because I think that everybody feels that way. Look at her. How do you make a character look that good and not give her the option to marry us? Please, let me take her. Yes, Lummi approved. But to proclaim so confidently that Caroline and Robin are mid, that's crazy. I'm gonna start with Robin because we just talked about her. Robin is there for you 24/7. She's working on that damn house. She's working on your coops. Rain or shine, she is mother. And Caroline? Oh, I love Caroline. And Caroline doesn't do as much for us, but she doesn't need to do anything. She just needs to stand there and look pretty. And I love her. She's a little green tea mommy, little aerobics mommy. To call them mid is crazy, Rory, and Lummi disagree. No, goodbye. Next, we have Jello coming in hot with the mushroom cave is better than the fruit cave. Now, of all times, you're wrong. There is this big debate about the cave on your farm. Which is the better option, the mushroom cave or the fruit bat cave? And I think I've made it clear that I'm a fruit cave girly. And prior to 1.6, I still felt this way. I still enjoyed the fruit cave better because I felt like it was better for the community center. Even if the mushroom cave is more profitable in the long run, I still always pick the fruit bat cave. You can get lucky in the traveling cart to find the fruit that you need for the community center, but I don't like those odds. The fruit trees that you buy from Pierre's are too expensive and not really worth it, especially since they only grow in certain seasons. Of course, you can grow them in your greenhouse. Sometimes I'll do that for like passive income, but I'm trying to get the community center done stat pronto. And I'm also lazy. I think that collecting the mushrooms is a lot of work. Now, if it worked a little bit more like the Ginger Island mushroom cave where they would just spawn on the floor, maybe I would be more inclined to the mushroom cave, but you don't need to worry about the fruit cave. You can just check it whenever you remember it's there. After 1.6, we now have the mushroom log, and the mushroom log does the same exact thing as the mushroom cave does. So you can just use the mushroom log and there's no need for the mushroom cave. There's no need for the mushroom cave at all. I am A living, breathing, dying fruit cave girly, and nobody can tell me differently. I'm sorry. Jello, Lummi disapprove. This next one comes from my friend and admin Chandler, and he says that Stardew is only playable with mods. That might be you. Chandler mega mod Stardew. He's happy playing that way. And honestly, a lot of people are. A lot of people mod the hell out of their game, especially if they've played for a long time and kind of get bored of doing the same things. And that's completely valid. But personally, like, I can play base game normal Stardew without any mods over and over and over and over again. I just feel like there's so many different ways to play the game. And even if I don't play the game any differently sometimes, I still have fun. There's something so good about starting a new farm, mining, fishing, starting everything over, even if you're doing the same thing. I grow the same crops each time, I basically make the same choices each time, and I still have fun. I think that at a certain point in the game, it kind of gets repetitive, and me personally, I'm like, all right, time to start a new farm. So that's kind of something that mods would solve. Late game, when there's nothing really to do anymore, you feel like, other than reach perfection, and not a lot of people want to do that a lot. So instead, you add mods to your game, or you work on new things that were added with your mods in the beginning of the game. But I completely disagree that it's only playable with mods. It is so good. Base game Stardew Valley is timeless. I can play it over and over and over again. I can restart a farm every single day if I wanted to. So Chandler, Lummi disapprove. This one's funny. Mark says, Lummi isn't good at Stardew. She just knows a lot of facts about it. Now, once again, if you're not in Lummi's crew or haven't watched any of my streams, you won't know that everyone likes to bully me. And Mark is the biggest op. He is one of my biggest ops. Is that how you say it? Is that how the kids say it these days? And Mark is also another person that watches my streams a lot. So I think that this comes from the fact that when I do stream Stardew Valley, it's like I go brain dead. I don't know what it is, but I'm looking at chat, so focused on it. Then I look at the game that I'm talking to chat, that I'm looking at, but I go brain dead. So I promise you, I assure you, I am good at Stardew Valley. You can see that within my playthroughs, especially my playthroughs that I don't stream because I'm very hyper-focused on the game. And I know that the entertainment aspect of it can come after in post-production, if you will. So I'm not necessarily worried about entertaining and making sure that my chat is happy and we're good. I do know a lot about Stardew, and I'm good at Stardew, I promise. I promise I'm good at Stardew, but you won't know that just from watching my streams because I'm a bad streamer. So disagree, Mark. Disagree, Mark. And this next one comes from my brother, my own blood. Hot take. Sigma Yacht Ohio Riz. That's enough of hot takes for the day. All right, everybody. Like I said, that's gonna be it. I'm retired. But if you enjoyed, make sure you subscribe. It'll make me so happy. Comment down below your opinions on these hot takes or even other hot takes you may have. If you enjoyed this video, maybe I'll make another one. But also remember that Lummi's always got you, and I'm not bad at Stardew, I promise you. Bye.